Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to ChriswithaC. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for joining me today. Guys, on the table we have the Kraton version 2.5. Now in this video I'm going to show you how to check over your vehicle for its first time use. Basically a few little things like checking diffs and screws and also setting endpoints. Also calibrating your ESC and a few things I think is actually important to the first time user. Now if you are a seasoned hobbyist or maybe enthusiast, some of this might not even apply to you, but if you are one of those people, please make sure you leave a comment down below to help some guys out, some things you think I might have missed. I'm going to obviously tuck into the car now. Massive shout out to each and every one of you for obviously watching these videos. Big shout out to Modelsport here in the UK for actually getting this vehicle over to me. Now, as well as that, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to chuck on some cheeky upgrades from Okatys Bumpers More while I'm setting the vehicle up. I'm basically going to add them to the car before we even use it. All right, so this will still apply to the person who's upgrading and also a first time user. So what we're going to do, dive down and carry on. I do apologize for the itchy ear. let's go, come on then, let's dive down. Right guys, so as you can see, this is my Arrma Kraton version 2.5. Big shout out to Modelsport, Jules and the guys for actually helping me get this car. I actually purchased this for myself. This is my own vehicle, so I'm getting this ready for its first time use. I really like the look of this truck and I think it's absolutely awesome looking. What do you think? Absolutely gorgeous. Now, big part of owning one of these vehicles is first time using and the success I've found with actually checking over everything before we actually use it. Now, I know there's a lot of guys will actually just take this out and send it straight away. I believe that's possibly not the best thing you can do, so I'm going to try and aim this as someone who's possibly getting the car for the first time or even looking at things like upgrades and so on and so forth. So I'm going to be adding some few cheeky parts from Okatys Bumpers More and yeah, basically get the car ready. So I'm just going to set the camera up a sec, guys, and we'll go from there. Okay, guys, so while we're on the subject of upgrades, all right, so I'm going to be fitting this motor mount, all right? So this is all made from 7075 T6 aluminum or aluminium, whichever way you want to pronounce it. As you can see, Oktay was kind enough to actually send these over for the purpose of this video. I will put a link in the description to where you can actually purchase these. They are actually looking for a UK stockist at the moment as well. So if you're out there, guys, and anyone's actually interested in stocking these and watching this video, get in touch or obviously get in touch with Oktay. So as you can see here, we have got the stub axles for the wheels. So we're going to be fitting those and get rid of the Arrma ones. We also got the drive cups there for the other end of the drive shaft. Okay, so I'm going to be fitting them to the vehicle. We've also got the motor mount. All right, again, all in 7075, absolutely beautiful. And we have got, and that was the first time I've seen one of these, is a centre drive shaft. Now, they actually come with a plastic drive shaft, as you can see. Now, I've never really had any issues with the plastic drive shaft, but I am going to be fitting this T6 7075 drive shaft to the vehicle and going from there. So a big shout out to Oktay for actually making this video possible as well. So there you go, guys. As you can see, I've got the body off and I'm just going to tidy up a sec, get some tools out, and we'll go from there. I'll see you in a second. Right, okay, guys. So as you can see, I've removed the wheel off the vehicle. Obviously, what we're going to do now is have a look at the drive shafts. We're going to check these pins here. We're using some Loctite. Also, we're going to check over the front differential. So what we're going to need to do here to actually get all this out is I would recommend you maybe loosening either the top or the bottom of the shocks off. Obviously, take this center brace out. I'm trying to think now. So you've got that there. You're going to have to remove the bumpers so that there is little access points for the screws here. All right, and for that, you're going to need a 2mm driver. And then flipping the vehicle over, there's one screw there, one there, one there, one there, and one there. They're all 2.5 screws. Remove those, and that will actually loosen off the top of the diff case, allowing you to bring the differential out as well, guys. Okay, so we're going to do that now. Okay, so this is the differential out of the vehicle, as you can see. All right, these are all the screws that we removed from the vehicle, and these are the actual drive cups, basically guards that they've fitted now on the new version 2.5. So yeah, straight away, obviously getting the differential. I can see they've put plenty of grease on there actually this time around, so that's actually nice to see. And what we're going to be doing is replacing these drive cups here. All right, very simple thing to do. As you can see, there's some little hex screws. These are 2mm, I believe. We're going to remove the drive shafts, and then obviously fit these new aluminium ones from Okatys, and then we're going to repeat the process on the outer drive shafts here. So I'm going to concentrate on doing the center first. What I'm also going to do then is obviously check the fluids in the process. Now, I can't seem to find any information. This is interesting. I think it's 10k for the front, 10k for the rear, and 500 for the center. But when you look at the manual from Arrma, all right, this information here, there's nothing actually stating the diff fluids in there. So it was 10k and 10k on the front on the previous 4S range, and I think I found a bit of information. They're using 500,000 in the center, so I'm going to go with that for the moment and then judge the vehicle from there. But yeah, let's go from there, guys. Okay, so as you can see, I've got the diff apart. It does look like they've actually put some fluid in there. It's not that full, mind, I'll be honest with you. But easy way to get it apart. There are these two screws here on the outside of the differential case. So two screws. And then obviously you've got to remove the actual differential. And then you've got 4 screws to hold the differential in, like so there. Now, when you're doing them back up, guys, I'd recommend you doing them in a star pattern. So go top left, bottom right, top right, bottom left, all right? And apply equal force when doing it up. But I'm going to top this up a second. And then obviously we're going to then reinstall the new aluminium diff cups and go from there. Right, okay guys, so as you can see, the differential's back together. As I mentioned, what I've done, all right, is when putting the screws back in, top left, bottom right, top right, bottom left, and just apply equal force using your 2mm driver, just basically tighten it all back up again. Now what I would recommend is obviously wiping away any excess. If you do, top it up like I do right to the top, and then reapply some lithium grease. You want something basically lithium based just to go on the metal gears. Okay, so I'm going to reapply some grease in a second, and then obviously what we're going to do then is swap over the plastic drive cups for the metal ones, and then we'll go from there. So yeah guys, remember where all your parts are as well. Okay, I've got a process. I'm pretty good at remembering where all the parts are and where they go. But if you want to, I normally use an ice cube tray. You've probably seen it on the channel many times. Today I'm not using it because basically I know where the screws are and where they're going. But just get yourself a bit of a pattern of knowing where all your tools and everything are as well. Okay, so let's go. Okay guys, so as you can see, these are all fitted to the vehicle. I did use a little bit of Loctite. Now, just to make you aware, Arrma's grub screws are actually 2mm. Oktay is using a 1.5mm hex screw there. Use the stock circlip around the edge. So the diff is now all topped up. We've now got the aluminium drive cups on there, and yeah, I'm going to reinstall it back into the vehicle now, so let's go. Okay, so that's the drive cups installed, as you can see inside there, guys. Remember to put the retainers, these guards back on. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. There you go. As you can see, there's guards around these drive cups there. So they're all installed now. What we're now going to do is concentrate on the outside. So we're going to basically change the stub axles, which are, let me just show you. Okay, these, and also the drive cups on the wheel side, okay? So the stub axle and the drive cup, and I'll show you that in a second now. Right guys, okay, so as you can see, I've removed the drive shaft. This is from the wheel outwards, inwards. And as you can see, these are what they call stub axles. So the stub axle is something I would definitely check. Now, even if you're not upgrading like we are, we're going to be going with these lovely looking aluminium ones. The stock ones, there is a screw on the inside that I would always check. Now, a lot of people complain about wheel wobble, and it can actually be down to this. Now, as you can see, Arrma has actually put a little bit of Loctite on there. I would recommend you taking them out and just reapplying some of your own. But for the purpose of actually doing this video, as you can see, this actually comes off there. There's a pin then that goes inside like so. And obviously this screw then attaches to it. Now, I'm actually going to be replacing this the Loctite on here with some of my own. It was good to see that Arrma has actually done that as well, mine, because on the previous models it was very, very sparse. Oh, camera's not focusing. But yeah, again, just to kind of whip it out of the vehicle, easy thing for you to do is, as you can see here, is just to remove the caster hub and C-hub. All right, leave the bearing in there. There is a bearing on the actual axle itself, and just remove that there from the bottom. Happy days. So I'm going to crack on. Right guys, so as I mentioned, there's the screw that we Loctite did. So what you want to do is get either adjustable screwdriver or a 70mm spanner, sorry. Hold that down, 2mm driver, put some Loctite on these screws, and that will stop the wheel wobble. But as you can see, I have actually fitted the Oktay's drive shaft stubs and also the drive cup. So as you can see, that's how it's captured there. So that's all done there, and the same on the other side. I'm now going to check the shocks. I've removed the spring and also the top collars and the bottom collar. And what I'm going to do now is, I've had good results. Now, this is a little tip for you here. They come with 500 out of the box. I actually, in my Outcast, have been running 600 or 650, I think it is, 650. These were actually, I have actually opened this one up. They're full, so commendable to Arrma for that. As you can see, they're returning nicely, but I am actually going to thicken up the front end of the vehicle. Yeah, I'm going to do that in a second and come back to you. Right, okay, guys, so front end's all done. So we've done the stub axles, we've checked the screw here, we've changed the drive cup, we've checked the differential. Remember, 10k for the front differential. I've done the shocks, 600 weight in both. And now we're going to move on to the rear of the car. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put you on a nice long time lapse on this one, because the back is essentially the same. I don't think I need to show you again with the rear. We'll put you through a time lapse and then we'll concentrate on the centre diff and go from there. Right, okay, one thing to mention, guys, before you actually work on the rear of your vehicle. Now, you are going to need to remove what Arrma calls this module here. So essentially, this is the power module, e.g. motor and differential. You are going to need to remove the wires, obviously. So you've got your motor wires here, and at the bottom then. So now, previously, there was only just one screw to remove your module, but what you're going to need to do now is actually remove these two screws here as well, and that actually holds it all in place. So there's one there for this little black clip that's underneath here, which previously was red on the last vehicle, and then screw there, and then screw there, and then obviously you can then start removing your screws for the rear of the car. But yeah, this is going to need to come out first. So again, as I said, what I'm going to do now is time lapse you and go from there. Right, okay guys, so that is the rear of the car sewn up now. So we've done the diff, we put 10k in the centre diff. I've also fitted the aluminium 7075 drive cups from Oktay, and also the, as you can see, the drive axle stubs I've removed, and I've actually put Oktay's ones in there as well, as you can see. But there, now one thing to mention, I did notice that we've knocked them previously, Arrma, for using not enough Loctite, but this time around I actually found there was too much Loctite, and so much so that the hex was actually on top of the stub axle, but there was actually a load of Loctite underneath as well, which was a pain in the backside to get off. But we, as you can see, I've actually marked it slightly, but never mind, that's fine. You know, that is going to mean nothing, but a bit of a pain in the bum to get off. But I have also Loctited the screw in. So now I've checked all the screws on the rear of the car. We've done the diffs, we've done the stub axles, we've done the front of the vehicle. Now it's time to concentrate on the centre diff here. Now this is something completely new to me, so I'm going to be using again a time lapse. As you can see, I've got my time lapse camera set up, but there I'm going to time lapse me opening it all up and basically checking the mesh on the spur gear and the pinion. Make sure that it's all Loctited in, and I'm also going to check the fluids on the centre diff as well, guys. So yeah, let's go from there. Right, okay, steering endpoints. So how do I get it into calibration mode? Easy. You turn full right, as you can see, and then full brake, and then turn the power button on. That will then put you into calibration mode. Okay, you can let go of it now. That's all ready to rock and roll. Turn the car on. So what you can do now is your steering, as you can see, everything's fine there. Where we want to go, can you see it cranking the wheels? We want it to go until you can't go any further. And how I'm doing that is by adjusting the button there. You don't want to over crank it too much. And then on the other side. And that's your full right and full left movement. So, that's your so what we've done now is your throttle calibration. Alright, we've also done the steering calibration. And the car's ready to rock and roll now, guys. We've done the rear diff, front diff, centre diff, ESC calibration, checked the all the mesh and everything else. The car is ready to rock and roll. I'm so glad I could show you all this. I'm sorry if the video is awfully long. Oh, one thing to mention, I do like what they've done here, actually, with the wires. They've captured them, so that's nice. Before, these were just flapping about. But, yeah, she's ready to rock and roll now, guys. Right, guys, so obviously that was the first user checks of the Kraton 4S V2.5. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's taken me a long time today to actually put this together. Right, we've checked over all sorts on the vehicle, as you know. If you've been watching the video, front diff, centre diff, rear diff, all the screws on the car, stub axles, drive cups, calibrated ESC, calibrated steering. Basically, I'm going to toughen up the body on the vehicle later on today. I hope this is helpful for some of you. If you're obviously looking for a guide, a little bit of something to help you through what to look out for, what not to look out for. Massive thank to Oktay, obviously, and Modelsport for actually making this video happen. I'll put a link in the description to both of them. Modelsport and Okatys. We put all the upgrades on the car now as well. Obviously, you've got the motor mount, the stub axles, the drive cups, and I think that's obviously going to give it a little bit more longevity as well. Now, as far as a bash bar for the chassis, I would normally run one, but I haven't actually seen one yet for this vehicle, so a little bit disappointed in that sense, but hopefully I'll find one soon. I want to say a massive thank you to each and everybody who are obviously watching the videos at the moment. All the likes, shares, subscribes, and everything else goes on. And the response on this vehicle so far is absolutely amazing. Again, links will be in the description. Make sure you check the box for more videos. Until next time, guys, you stay awesome. Catch you later.